2022, ladies and gentlemen. Rogue Actions getting started here. Heinzie, we've made the people wait. I mean, oh my gosh, we missed last week. It's Tuesday. What do you have to say for yourself, Heinzie?
I'm sorry, guys. It's been crazy. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Hopefully it doesn't suck anywhere in 2021. That was pretty rough. So hopefully we get on the better side of it. But yeah, look, it's family time for both of us, Cubs. We both have families, of course.
Yeah.
What have you been doing during this time you've had off?
You know,
a bit of breathing space. What have you been up to?
I really did kind of put myself in a position where I was like, you know what? I am going to really take a mental break. Just spend time with the family, spend time with my kids. I had some family in town, of course. And so, yeah, I mean, I was doing that and you were doing that, and it just kind of made it tough. And you know what? Family is more important. But
if we can't do that this time of year, Cubs, when can we? Let's be honest. So, guys, I'm sorry we missed out. We were thinking of you. But, yeah, in this case, the family comes first. I actually did something. We sort of made a bit of a deal with it. Look, let's do something different this season. So I've done a few things that are a bit different, actually, Cubs. You'll like this. I actually went strawberry picking. Was one thing I did with the family, which was pretty cool. We went down to an Australian beach, which is pretty amazing on a beautiful, beautiful day because weather-wise, it's around the 80 to 90s here. It's pretty nice down here. So we headed down to a beach, but topped off so far today by indoor skydiving. So it's been pretty epic. It was
I've done that before. That's crazy. If anyone's done that, I've never known what it's like to have so much air blowing up my nose. I was just like...
The scariest thing is that my 6-year-old daughter was the very first one to go in. She's a daredevil. She went something like 20 foot in the air and she just thought it was the best thing ever. So, guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, we've had an absolute ball, but we're back now. It's all happening, man. And it's been pretty full on already.
Awesome. It's going to be a great year. We got a lot coming at you guys today for this episode of Rogue Actions. On my side of the video, we're going to be talking about Conquest Heroes and their release cadence and some problems we have with that. And then also just getting into our 2022 wish list. Heinzie and I have several things we want to see added to the game in 2022. We're going to kind of break that down and talk a little bit about that. But first and foremost, we always have our mini moment. And here it is. Mom, why is your password 321-088-53196-8102? And that's because that's the periodic table for General Kenobi.
General Kenobi. Enough said. Best password out there. No one's going to guess that stuff except for Star Wars nerds like you and me.
I won't even guess this. Look, I'm a Star Wars nerd, but this is way nerdier than I'm capable of reaching.
This is like crumb puzzle level, this sort of thing, isn't it? Straight up.
We're giving Crumb ideas here live on Rogue Actions. Really, it's kind of where this is at. So, oh my gosh. All right. Now, I want to ask you your opinion on this, Heinzie. We've had 3 Conquest units get released in the game so far. Razor Crest was the first one. And right now, still, the only way to get Razor Crest shards, if you haven't got it through Conquest, is through the Conquest store and through crystals, also in the Conquest store. Ahsoka, if we jump over to Ahsoka right here, she is only available also through no locations right now. And then,
also through the Conquest store as well. At
the
moment,
she will show up there, right? But right now in my game. And then Maul is pretty much the same way. I think we have a problem with these character release cadences for people who aren't able. Now, it's not a problem for me personally. I'm getting the characters through Conquest, and so it's not really an issue for me. But for anyone who isn't able to get those max crates, how are they supposed to farm these characters realistically?
Packs. They've been doing the whole pack direction over the season when everyone's been away on holiday, so everyone else can get their own little gifts. Look, I don't like the cadence. I think it's too rushed. I think that there certainly should be a lot more accessible now, especially some of the first ones where, as you said, a lot of people just don't even have access to, any of these characters or very, very low shard levels. So I think it certainly needs to open up. I think as a minimum, I really believe that characters should be their cadence instead of 3, Conquest at least 4. I think is fair. I mean, a lot of people will do Conquest anyway if they want other bits and pieces, and we know that there's other materials and gear that you can get in the Conquest store, but as you know, all the actual currency goes into getting those shards. So
Right.
I don't think it's really a massive hassle if it was pushed back where you could do it over 4 conquests as a minimum. But yeah, there's got to be more accessible ways of getting these guys at this point in time for sure.
Or at least I think of marquee characters where at first, yeah, it's we've got either you could pay to play this or you can unlock it through playing Conquest and maxing out your crate. I don't think there's anything wrong with having it be kind of exclusive to that at the beginning, but eventually we've got to have some kind of node or store or something where these are released at a realistic pace so that people can get these characters without spending copious amounts of money down the line. I think if it's going to be pay to play at first, I get it. That's how the marquee characters are. But eventually those marquee characters go into farmable locations.
Well, that's right. And these are not. They are certainly still tied up. And certainly some of the Conquest stores, you still can't even purchase them unless the Conquest is live as well in that window.
Point.
So that actually makes it even more difficult because you can't just go in any time a Conquest is not on and still get those shards even if you got the currency. So that certainly also adds another layer of of annoyance. Yeah. I would say, but yeah, I think there's certainly the older ones now. Razor Crest needs to be freed up. Cat, it's been out for a while now. Needs to be freed up.
Razor Crest definitely. Cat, I mean, I think she's getting there. I think she's getting there. Maul, I get. Maul is
Maul on the edge. Yeah, Maul on the edge. Yeah. Maybe in a month's time, maybe something along those lines. Then let Maul out. Something like every 6 months, something along those lines. Maybe free it up a bit. But yeah,
how long ago? Do you remember how long ago the first Conquest was?
Oh, mate, honestly, I wouldn't.
I didn't even look that up. Somebody in the comments will let us know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Conquest to me are a blur right now. They really are. It's just we all know what goes in focusing and committing to get them all done. But yeah, it was some time ago, 100%. But yeah, it's just a bit of a grind and a bit of a blur. Certainly, we want to free up that grind if we can too, guys. 100%.
For sure. All right, now let's move on. We're going to talk about our 2022 wish list, and we're just going to go back and forth here. Heinzie, you've got some. I've got some. I'm going to go first. The number one thing I want in 2022 is for Conquest feats to become less grindy. That is my number one wish list item for 2022. What do you think?
Preach, brother. Preach. Yeah. Preach. I'm all down for that. Yeah. The feats certainly still need to be a little bit more reduced. It's a grind. It really is. It doesn't need to be. And I know we got the Conquest Pass, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in my video as well. But honestly, it's still rough. A lot of people are not enjoying it. We enjoyed it before. Yeah. It was exciting. The mechanics were great. The data cards were great. And I'm not just going to say because we don't have deployable cooling systems anymore, that's why it's not great anymore.
That's about that, yeah.
It's not about that. It really isn't. It's just that the first couple, not just the first, but the first few were just, you could be a little bit more creative and have some fun theory crafting and do some dumb stuff in this game because it is a game. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't need to be straight down the line. You can muck around and, use your Jawas or your Tuscans or something like that and go a bit crazy with them. This is the format to do it because you can't do it anywhere else.
Right.
So I'm all down for it. So bring it.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
You give me one of your wish list items.
Look, it's not a wish list. It's a needs list, bro. We talked about this off camera before we started. We need these fleet loadouts done. It just needs to happen. There's no excuse not to have it. I understand that it's tricky from a programming point of view. That was the discussion that was had back then. It's not as easy as you think. Well, I think that was mentioned to us about 6 months ago, 8 months ago now. We've had a lot in between. There's been a lot going on in the game, and I get that. The GAC matchups, that's all done now. We'll talk about whether that's working in a little while too. But honestly, it's a quality of life thing that needs to happen. It needs to happen yesterday. It really does.
Do you feel like it is a okay excuse to say that it's hard to program that?
That's fine. That's okay. But tell us that you're working on it now. Honestly, it's been long enough with nothing said about it. And that to me is a problem. And if you come out and say, you know what, we still need to devote more time in it. We need another 3 months. We need another 6 months. We need some more time. It'll definitely be this year. I'm happy with that. I don't want it yesterday. But we need to know that you're working on it and you care about it, because we do as players. It's a big thing, not just for me, but for the player base. Trust me, everyone wants it done. And if you want to do something good for the community, guys, we love you guys at CG. Well, you know we love you, right? Total respect. You know that? But it's something we want and something we need. With territory wars more important now.
They need to show us that they love us, okay? We give them lots of love on here. Prove that you love us. Tell us that this is a mutual love. How about that?
Yeah, with territory wars more important than ever, GAC more important than ever with crystals tied to it. If you put a wrong ship in, it can stuff your run. It's as simple as that. You can lose because of it. It's not worth it.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
It's something we need.
I was born for that kind of mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so here's what I'll say about it. I'm okay with you telling me this is hard to do from a programming perspective, but that to me does not free you up from the responsibility to give this player base what they need to play your game. So is it hard? Fine. It's hard for you to do this, but that does not mean that you do not have to do it, if that makes sense. Right. So you still need to be working on it and figuring out a way. That's one of the few things that I'm just like, no, I don't really feel like I'm going to let up on asking for this. I don't care if it's hard to do. It's something that we need. So anyway, the general player base doesn't really care how hard it is, right? Like maybe that's why we have to wait a little bit for it. Fine, but at least assure us that it's going to happen. So, which I think they've kind of still alluded to, that it's something they want to get done. All right, here's a big one for me, Heinze. I want to see crystal refreshes removed from Squad Arena so Squad Arena can finally become an actual testing ground in this game. It is basically the only thing they need to do to basically give us a sandbox mode if you're in touch with the people in your arena shard.
Yeah, we're not going to get a sandbox mode any other way, right? Yeah. And now, honestly, I know obviously I know that you do get obviously currency for finishing it, not with crystals anymore, but you do get other currency for it as well, and that's fine. I get that, but honestly, in the grand scheme of things, not a huge deal. Let's be honest.
Right.
You took the crystals out. There's no need for crystal refreshes now. The value is not there anymore. So honestly, you took the value away. That's okay. But asking for crystals in a refresh, it's just stupid now. And maybe it's an oversight. Maybe you want it in there. I don't care, whatever. But it's got to go. Because honestly, Squad Arena now, let's be honest, it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. No, it is irrelevant. And I don't really understand what the purpose is. I mean, independent of wanting some semblance of a sandbox mode, it makes no sense to have the crystal refreshes there anyway. So
yeah, it would just alleviate everyone's concerns and wants for sandbox mode. You probably won't even hear about it again. That would be enough. Not asking for a brand new. You don't have to put resources in it. It's already there.
Yep.
Just take the refreshes away. That's it.
That's the refreshes away. It's easy.
That's it. And everyone else is happy. I'm telling you, straight up, that'll be a win.
It's easy. All right.
Yeah.
You're up. What's your next?
Okay. All right. So my next one is I want a way for a guild leader to remove a territory war team from the lineup if they stuff it up.
Oh man,
that's what I want. Now I know CG has discussed this before, and they've said that there's that's part of the game. People putting their teams in and stuff. If the player can't remove his own team if he's made a mistake, right? Yeah. That's okay. But at least give credence to the guild leader who runs these now more than ever. We know how important the Relic 9 material is, and guilds are certainly focusing more on it than ever. It's more important now to be able to adjust and make changes if there's a mistake. That, to me, is essential now. Again, didn't matter as much before. It was only Zetas attached. You up the game on the rewards, that's fine. But now, if a stuff-up's made, there's got to be a way for us to fix it. That's all I'm saying.
So that kind of piggybacks on a wish list item I have, and I've had this for a long time. I'm going to keep tooting this horn, is that we need a way, both in Territory Wars and in Grand Arena, to edit our squads before lock. And kind of piggybacking on that, Grand Arena needs an option to leave and rejoin like Territory War has, where basically if I join Grand Arena at the very beginning of the join phase, and then I upgrade a character and go, oh, wow, yeah, I want to use this character in Grand Arena, I can go ahead and leave and rejoin so that character will be active in Grand Arena. I think that's big since we already see that in the game. And then for both Territory Wars and Grand Arena, we need to be able to, like, help me understand, Heinze. What is the point of not being able to edit those squads before the lock? I mean, once the attack phase starts, yeah, it's definitely locked. But up until that moment, you should be able to shift things out.
If we can do it in Territory Wars, why can't we do it in GAC? That's my question. And look, there might be a reason for it. I don't know what that reason is because honestly, it's not logical for it to be available in one game mode and not another. When there's a timer on it, still a timer. No difference. You're still attacking. You're still setting defenses. The structure is the same in my mind. And maybe I'm thinking in a simplistic point of view here. I'm not a programmer. I get it.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you can do it in one type, there's really no reason why you can't do it in another up to a certain point, even up to an hour before, something like that. If you're worried about things, in the system, just give us an option to make changes on the fly quickly if we want. After we've hit the join button, because we've all quickly hit that join button when we've woken up one morning on, oh crap, I forgot to set mods on this, and you've stuffed your run, and crystals are involved. It's more important again now.
Yep. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, you got one more, and then we're gonna do our GL wish list.
Then I've got some. I've got some other ones as well after that. But yeah, I certainly want more ships. I'm sorry, I want more ships in the game. I'm not talking about capital ships. I'm talking about normal ships, regular ships. I don't care what you call them. I don't care if they're crewed, piloted, pilotless. I don't care. We just need more. Yeah. And to add to that, we also need a little bit more of a consistent, if we can, please. If we can get a great executor counter, I'd be actually quite happy about that, if you don't mind. Ones we got now are pretty rough. So add Red 5 to a home one lineup or something and it dominates it. I don't care. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But please give us something better to take on executor because everyone's getting a little bit off with that now.
Yeah, the ships, it's a good... it's one of those things, it's like, I know that we need it. I don't really get excited about them addressing ships because I haven't really enjoyed this game mode for a very long time. But the more that we see, ships become important in this game, the more it bothers me that I go into my ship squads. Well, wait, no, not my ship squads. That doesn't exist. But the more I look at my ships, and we've got so many empty fleets right now. And I think that one of the first steps to convincing this community that ships is a priority and is a viable part of this game is to actually have full ship loadouts, squads. Not just, well, we need the loadouts, but I mean, right now, look at Resistance, man. Like, do I need to say anything else? But when you look at your Resistance fleet here, I mean, I haven't even unlocked my Radis because, like, why do I need Radis when I only have 3 Resistance ships?
Doesn't make any sense. It just, I think that overall, maybe instead of focusing on specifics, maybe they really need to make an overall decision on what they're going to do with the direction of ships.
Yeah.
We know that certainly fleet, and this is probably the problem too, isn't it? Because we know at some point fleet crystals are going to go as well from Fleet Arena. It's only a matter of time. And we'll talk about that as well in mine. Maybe it's a case of, you know what, we don't really want to invest much more in it because we don't give a stuff about it going forward. And there's no point investing because the crystals are coming out. Maybe that's it.
I just don't know if I buy that. They clearly care enough about ships to put the executor in the game.
That's my point.
Right.
So in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
My theory is and remains that they want to work on ships, but ships don't make nearly as much money as as general character releases. And so my theory is that every time they go to release a new ship, there's a conversation about, oh, well, our bottom line kind of needs a character right now, not a ship.
I get
that's my theory.
But if you fix ships, it might make more money for you. Because at the moment, no one's going to invest in them now because everyone's unsure of the direction of it.
And there's got to be
direction, and then make the people, make the people decide whether it's viable or not. Because if you're basing it on now, it's an unfair assessment.
There's got to be someone at CG who realizes that. There's got to be like a group of people, a faction, dare I say, at CG that are like tooting this horde, but that it's maybe it's EA. I don't know. Maybe it's suits in California somewhere that are just like, no, we need we need to pad them stats with more character releases. I don't know. That's
fine.
That's pure speculation. It's pure speculation.
But you're going to bring them out anyway, right?
Yeah.
The characters are still going to keep rolling. That really has no factor on ship releases, right?
I know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
That to me, and maybe it's a resource thing, spending more time on this, that, or whatever else. Just put a small dedicated team across to deal with that for a little bit, not for long. Just to tweak a few things and fix a few things up and a couple of extra releases. Everyone would be happy, I think. It would be better. If not, then come out and say, you know what, we don't give a stuff about ships anymore. Make it clear.
They should say it just like that. We don't give a stuff about ships, mate.
You say it however you want, mate. However you want, mate. Doesn't matter, mate. Just do whatever you want with it, mate.
Man. All right. Here at the end, we're also gonna share some wishlist characters, wishlist GLs rather, for 2022. I'm gonna give you my big one. I've already kind of talked about this, and I think this one is pretty realistic. But I really want to see a brand new GL version of Grand Admiral Thrawn in the game. With the Ahsoka show coming out, where is my Thrawn in here? He's in here somewhere. I'm scrolling. There he is. Look at this guy. GL Thrawn. Look, Thrawn is iconic in the Star Wars universe, super iconic in the Legends, and he's clearly going to be a focal point of the Ahsoka show. Assuming we get the Ahsoka show in 2022, which it's currently supposed to be coming out in 2022. I haven't seen anything official on it. But I believe that's when it's coming out. I think GL Thrawn. Let's go.
Yep, GL Thrawn. I'm down for that. Bring it. He's certainly at that level. I'm down. Just make it happen. Take my money now. Straight up.
Give him an actual fracture. Let's make fracture great again.
Yeah. Make it brutal. Make it absolutely brutal. I'm down. I'm up for it. The question comes down to that we kind of already have now an Empire Galactic Legend. That's the only concern I've got though.
Whatever.
With Lord Vader.
Well, maybe we'd get instead of Thrawn, maybe we get Mithran Yodo before he joined the Empire. Ooh. Or actually, no, wait. Because if we're doing a Ahsoka timeline, we'd probably get a Thrawn who is no longer part of the Empire.
Maybe. Well, it could be remnants.
Imperial Remnant, maybe.
Remnants, maybe.
I feel like Thrawn's doing his own thing. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the Ahsoka show, but I feel like he's just kind of out doing his own thing. I don't know.
Depends on where the story rolls, mate. It'd be interesting. I like the idea, though. Yeah. My GL, I want now, because we know that we've got Jedi Knight Revan and we know we got Darth Revan, and they're not as good as they were before. I want a Galactic Legend Revan Reborn, bro. I'm down. Bring it.
Revan Reborn. So we're talking Revan with the two lightsabers.
First neutral Galactic Legend, please. That would be
neutral.
Cool. Yeah.
Are we ever going to get a neutral character? Do you really think that they're...
This would be the first neutral, mate. Go for it. Everything Old Republic. Works with everything Old Republic. I don't care what it is. It works with everything. I'm down. Let's go.
I feel like this was initially their plan. I feel like they were going to give us Revan Reborn. That's actually not feeling. That's like rumors that I've heard that they were planning on doing that. And then it just never got around to it. For whatever reason. Maybe they could tell we had Old Republic burnout, but they could reignite that flame for sure in 2022.
No reason why not. Bring it. Yeah. Iconic character to Star Wars. Huge. There's opportunity there. You need Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan as requirements. Like, it just works. It just works for me. I'm just saying.
That would be, everyone has Darth Revan and Jedi Revan at High Relic, though. So do you really
not
think
at Relic 9?
That?
They would.
Oh, don't say. Why'd you say that? Why are you giving them ideas like that?
I'm not. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, that was going too far. Hey, can I give my Omicron?
I'm gonna cut you off.
Can I give an Omicron wish before we wind this up as well?
Okay, Omicron wish. Yes.
Okay, my Omicron wish, guys, and I'm gonna premise this by saying straight up, Book of Boba Fett spoilers. That's why I've left it to the end, right? Book of Boba Fett spoilers. Spoilers are coming. Don't like it. Finish this up now, or just mute it. Actually, mute it. That's better. Don't finish this up because we want to watch it to the end, right? But it's barely a spoiler, okay? So here we go. This is what I want. I want my boy Gammo Guard. I've got him at Relic 8, right? Don't ask me why. Lost a bet. Whole different story. I want Gammo Guard Omicron rework. That's what I want. This is what I want to see. And someone else threw this out there. This is not my idea, okay? So I'm not going to claim this, but I love it. This is what I want to see. I want to see Gammo Guard if in the same team as Scion of Jango, Boba Fett, Scion of Jango that we're all getting soon. And Fennec Shand, it actually calls a Gamorrean Brute to assist in the ally slot, so we get an extra one, just like we do, say, when we're doing GBA.
Yeah.
I want a bit of that Geo Brute Alpha when you call the Brute there, identical to that, but also all characters assist, so all 4 of them assist on Django's basic. That's what I want to see. Bring it. I don't care what game mode you do it. I don't give a stuff. Just bring it. Bring the piggy. Piggy time, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Okay, a few last minute hit wish list items that require no discussion. Red 5.
Yes.
TIE Defender.
Bring it.
Naboo 1 Starfighter.
Yes, please.
Death Star Raid.
Yes. Preach, brother, preach. I've been saying this for years. You know I have.
Sandbox mode. Increased ways to use Omicrons, which is something I think we could get, and much more. If you guys want more, go see. I did a content creators roundtable, which you joined briefly, and at the end of that video, I think one of my favorite requests. I'll let Arnold explain it. He gave an evaluation of what he would love to see in 2022. And go check that out as well. I think that was really good. Anything else you want to add to the wish list? We made a big wish list.
Yep. No. Just leave Mace exactly as he is for Rambam. Don't change Mace in any way, shape, or form.
I think Mace needs a nerf.
That would kill him. Yeah, let's do that. I'm down.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
All right. Go see Heinz's video. There's a link down below.
It's good to be back.